Hello, my name is Christopher Osman. Now, typically, I am not an expert in the field of kosher law. However, for the sake of this project and for the next 6 minutes, I will be. So, on that note, sit back, relax, and I will take you on an exciting journey to the magical world of kosher. Enjoy.
What does kosher mean?
In Hebrew, kashrus, from the root kosher, means suitable and or pure, thus ensuring fitness for consumption. The laws of kashrus include a comprehensive legislation concerning permitted and forbidden foods.
I am hungry. What is acceptable to eat?
Initially, the books of Deuteronomy and Leviticus in the Hebrew Bible, the Torah, determined the rules as to what was considered acceptable to consume by Jewish standards. Appointed rabbis make the determination of whether or not a food is kosher by visiting production facilities and becoming aware of all the ingredients that are used in a particular food product. In order for a food to be determined kosher, a rabbi must also confirm that no non-kosher foods were processed in the same facilities or using the same equipment as a food being deemed kosher.
Is the meat inside my cheeseburger kosher?
Maybe. According to the laws of the Torah, in order for meat to be considered kosher and fit for consumption, the animal must meet two criteria. Number 1, the animal must have cloven hooves, and number 2, the animal must be a cud chewer. If the animal does not meet both of the criteria, then it is not kosher. For example, a cow has cloven hooves and is a cud chewer. Therefore, a cow is kosher. A pig, on the other hand, has cloven hooves but is not a cud chewer. Because it does not meet both criteria, the pig is not kosher. However, just because an animal is a cloven-hooded cud chewer, this does not guarantee that it is kosher. The butchering method and tools used have just as much of an impact as the source of the meat when determining whether or not it is kosher. Kosher meat and poultry, such as chicken, turkey, and duck, must be prepared by the method of shechita, a quick cut by a super sharp knife, which Jews believe to be the most painless means of killing the animal. The man who performs a shechita is called a shochet. In Israel, as well as the shochet, there is another person who is responsible for removing the fat and the sciatic nerve. Both the shochet and this person work under the supervision of a special rabbi who ensures that they carefully comply with what Jewish law requires. After shechita, the animal must be checked very carefully to make sure it doesn't have any damage which, according to Jewish law, would make it unkosher.
I am a Jewish vegetarian. What options do I have?
The Torah's law on food consumption and preparation are not limited to just meat. It provides guidance for non-meat items too. Milk that comes from kosher animals like cows and goats is considered kosher. On the other hand, milk from unkosher animals like pigs and camels is not kosher. The rules for cheese are a little more strict than milk. A commonly used ingredient, rennet, is often made from a calf's stomach. In order to be considered kosher, a rabbi must certify that this ingredient does not come from any animal source. Wine and grape juice must also be supervised by rabbis to make sure that they are made by Jewish people. The reason for this goes back to Roman times, when the rabbis were worried that Jews were mixing too much with non-Jewish people. In order to prevent Jews from eating and spending too much time with non-Jews, the rabbis made the rule that they were not allowed to drink wine made by non-Jews. By doing this, they were trying to prevent intermarriage. Gelatin, casein, and bull blood are inadmissible in the kosher winemaking process. Only the bacteria or kosher enzymes from the bull may be used for fermentation. All devices and utensils used for the harvest or processing of the grapes must be cleansed under supervision. Bottles may not be filled multiple times. Insects might be fun to eat on television, but they are not good if you intend to keep a kosher diet. All fruits and vegetables are kosher. The insects, however, are not. Do not eat bugs. Wash everything. Bread, biscuits, and cakes are considered kosher as long as the ingredients or greasing agents used are not animal products and the oven was not previously used to cook non-kosher items.
Why is keeping kosher important?
Some rabbis say that by keeping kosher from an early age, children learn discipline, being able to tell what is allowed and what is not. Other rabbis believe that keeping kosher is good for the soul, just as eating a healthy diet is good for the body. In recent years, several secular sources that have seriously looked into this matter have acknowledged that health does not explain these prohibitions. Some have suggested that the prohibitions are instead derived from environmental considerations. For example, a camel which is not kosher is more useful as a beast of burden than as a source of food. In the Middle Eastern climate, the pig consumes a quantity of food that is disproportional to its value as a food source. But again, these are not reasons that come from Jewish tradition. The short answer to why Jews observe these laws is simple, because the Torah says so. The Torah does not specify any reason for these laws, and for a Torah-observant traditional Jew, there is no need for any other reason. Some have suggested that the laws of kashrut fall into the category of chukum, laws for which there is no reason.